I hope this is working. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me know if you can see and hear me, please. And I will proceed with my little intro while I'm waiting. Oh, someone says they can see and hear me. Got another one. Thank you. Good morning. Yes, thank you. Lots of beautiful emojis. Yay! It's going to be a good healing, folks. A fabulous healing, not just a good healing. Oh, thank you. So many people confirming. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. If you already like it, if you already know you're going to like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already know, I do not mean to presume, I promise. I know that's kind of obnoxious. Everyone's like and subscribe in like the first second of their video. It's like, seriously? Let me fix my TV there. It's supposed to reflect the outside for me there. There we go, that's nice. Okay, much better. So this is going to be a group energy healing, and you can watch and heal yourself as you watch if you want, because I talk and I say what I'm doing as I do it. So it's a fairly, I think it's a workable all levels walkthrough. So it's good for newbies. It's good for people who know my work very well, who I normally call veterans. um, and the theme, this is the third healing in the set of 3 healings, which is a triplet group energy healing set. I do a triplet set of healings every month these days, starting on the first Friday of the month. And then I do a healing masterclass, which is a 1 healing all unto itself with more archangel help in it. And that is on the 3rd Sunday of every month. So that's coming up on the 20th this month. So I get a little bit of a breather between this final healing and the healing masterclass this month, which is good for me. So anyway, so this is the 3rd in the set of 3 healings, which is kind of cool. So it's like the finale, but it's also standalone too. I mean, it's a healing all by itself. So if you watch this live stream or a video later, this video later, just by itself, that's fine. It's not like you're missing all the important parts by not doing the 2 that came before it. Although you could do the 2 that come before it. They're all on this theme, which is intuition, clairvoyance, and telepathy. Intuition is a 7th chakra ability, 7th chakra in the top of the head. Clairvoyance is intuition, 7th and 6th chakra, 7th and 5th. Yeah, I would say 7th and 5th. Intuition, just because 5th chakra is inner voice. I mean, 5th chakra is communication with others, but it's also inner voice. And so you need to be able to, and it's also like inner, because it's inner voice, it's like peace of mind also, 5th chakra. So you need like quiet. You know, you can't have like a lot of anxiety-based inner chatter, or, you know, you can't have a lot of where you're thinking about conflicts with other people because they're piping into your telepathy, your telepathic mesh or anything. You have to have, you know, relative peace within you in order for your intuition to get a moment in your conscious thoughts. So you're like, oh, I bet, yeah, you know, because otherwise it's like your mind is prattling on about, I shouldn't have eaten those chips, or, you know, oh my gosh, I have so much work to do today, you know. So I think that's how 5th chakra is with 7th chakra for intuition, that you need them both kind of happy and working. So anyway, so intuition, 7 and 5, clairvoyance, seeing energy, 6th chakra. So, you know, like if you want to be a clairvoyant reader professionally, but also if you just want to see your own aura as a self-healer, see if there's a big rip in it, or see your grounding if your grounding's too skinny, or see if there's a bunch of junk in the back of your grounding so you can clear it and have a way better day. So that's clairvoyance, seeing energy with your 6th chakra. 5th chakra, clear audience or telepathy. So nonverbal communication, like hearing your angels, which is huge. It's priceless, really. And everybody has the ability, if you work on more and more and more, getting more present, to use any of these abilities. You have the chakras, why not use them, right? Somebody on their survey said, well, we've had some healers in our family, so, I want to see what I can do with these abilities. But I would say, everybody. It's not, the thing is, first of all, okay, if in this lifetime you've had some healers in your family, what does that mean? They're separate spirits. So, sometimes people choose family groupings with spirits that have things in common with them. So maybe, in this lifetime, you're more, maybe your angels and you, when you're planning the life, you figured, well, that's one upside of choosing this family, that there's a little more permission for intuition and vision because, Aunt Mary, everybody knows about her and they're okay with her, so that could be, but it's not like inherent that you're going to have this great gift because Aunt Mary has a great gift, because you're totally separate spirits. And I would argue that it's not genetics that makes this happen. Although, who knows, there could be some genetic, things that help, I think they have started to find that with addiction behaviors, that there are some genetic things that work into that. But anyway, what I would say is, don't worry about if Aunt Mary was psychic or not. You have the chakras and you have past lives, a ton of them. And that's actually a much stronger determinant for how easy it would be for you to start using your abilities. But be that as it may, it doesn't matter. Anyone can have a lifetime where they use their upper chakras abilities more. Just because you're like, yeah, darn it, that sounds awesome. That's gonna be me. And then you just keep working this stuff to get more present. And as you get more present, your upper chakra abilities are more usable for you. Which is why I titled this triplet set, maybe not in every video title because they only give me so many characters. But the true title of this of this triplet set is Get Present and Unblock Your Abilities. Clairvoyance, intuition, telepathy. So yeah, I would say, I don't want to hate on people who are like, well, because Aunt Mary's clairvoyant, I really want to try to do this. If that inspires you, great, But I would say, let's all say that, we have that same potential. Let's, be real. Because too, in past lives, you probably, if you take me at all seriously, that means you're an older soul. Younger souls think somebody like me would be just a total nut job. Mid-level souls also think someone like me would definitely be inferior and not good enough because they don't understand that I'm not doing, retreats in Maui and I don't wear like $1 million clothing. They're like, well, if she was a good psychic, she would be charging $800 and she'd be in Maui. So if you take me at all seriously, you are an older soul, period. And as an older soul, you can see beyond the whole, she doesn't charge $800, therefore she must be bad. You can see that, oh, but she does it for good karma. I get that. And you, as an older soul, you've had lives, for sure, guaranteed, where you've used intuition and clairvoyance and telepathy consciously. Maybe not as a pro, but honestly, to do any job well, really, really well, you would be using upper chakra abilities. Like a fisherman that always knows, where to drop his anchor and get the best fish, and knows, how to read the winds and the storm, and or the policeman who knows, just how to question somebody, within the law, but how and how much to question somebody, or who's a good witness, who's not a good witness. A teacher who can read her class and stay present, which is really demanding as a teacher. To do anything really well, I think you're using a lot of your spiritual abilities. Oh God. So anyway, this is gonna be fun. So I'm glad for all my greetings. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, even especially if it's your first time watching. So if it is your first time watching, I will explain some basics so I'm a healer, I'm a reader, I'm an energy healer, I'm an energy reader, and I'm a teacher. And so part of why at this point in my career I do mostly group sessions is so that I can live stream it and teach everybody at once for free. But the group healing that I'm doing, that we'll be filming and I'll be talking out loud, blah, 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 about, I'm healing 108 people that prepaid on my website. Usually it's 100 even, but it's 108 people this time. And I'm healing them. And they're just, in a whole bunch of different countries doing what they're doing. They could even be asleep and the healing still works. Because I don't want to get too much into my methods because we're already going long here. But anyway, so I'm healing a set group of people. So if you're watching, I am not in any way healing you. However, you can heal yourself. You could also just listen and learn. And the vibrations that I'm at in order to do this work can be pretty healing. So even just listening and not healing yourself and whatever could actually be transformative, because the vibration of the person that you're listening to can influence you, how present you are, which is why it's good to think about, what are you listening to during the day, And I do have fun facts that I didn't have on the Friday healing about these 108 people. 82 of the people are in the US. This is just, in case you're a big geek like me and you care. This time, 82 people are in the US. Including some kids. I don't have the kid count, but if any of the kids ever watch, hi. It's probably about 7 kids, I would guess, but I don't have my count ready for that. 9 people that I'm healing are in Qatar. 6 people I'm healing are in the UK. 3 people are in Australia. 2 people are in Spain. 2 people are in South Korea. 2 people are in Bermuda, and 1 person is in India, and 1 person is in Portugal. So hello to everybody that I'll be healing, if you're watching now, or you'll watch later as a video. And also, of course, hello to all the other people who maybe didn't buy it in time before it sold out, because they do sell out pretty fast now. Or just, for financial reasons or some other reason you didn't purchase it. You're very welcome to learn and heal yourself as you watch. Let's see. So today will be different. Even though this healing works well unto itself, you certainly can do the other 2, the Friday and the Sunday healing, that are on the same theme. I think you receive different things from each healing. So if you like the theme and you're geeked out about this stuff, why not watch the other 2 that are saved as videos. You can also dabble, by just doing parts, because there's a healing summary within a day of each healing, day and a half a day, depends, of each healing. I put a healing summary in the comment section that's itemized and very itemized, and it lists all the main things that we did in that healing with timestamp links to most of them, so you can just click and go right to that part of the video. But anyway, so how is today going to be different from the Friday and the Sunday healing that we did on the same theme? Well, part of why it's going to be different is the angels teach me, and I can read everybody. Although I don't read everybody how everybody did, but the angels point out, okay, look at her, look at him, look at her, look at him. So I do. But also people's surveys, post-healing surveys. help me in that way, because they'll be like, well, you know, I know you're healing my aunt, and I want to tell you how she's been doing in the last day or two. She seems the same as before, or she seems calmer than before. I did not get some of the feedback that I would have wished to have gotten on people's relatives. So just a heads up that does really matter to me. If you could manage to do a post-healing survey when I'm healing your loved ones, that would be great. And just mention their names in the survey. And, you know, I don't have info on them, or I do, and this is it. That would be nice. But I did get good feedback from a lot of people, and I really appreciate it. And that's part of how I planned today's healing. So how it's going to be different is, I noticed some people, because we've done a lot of different unblocking things in the Friday and the Sunday healing. And we even did like deep thought stuff where you heal the mind, or we did deep thought work for non-resistance, which I think helped a lot of people. Help some people sleep more deeply. But there were still people that, because to use your upper chakras, to those abilities that we talked about, clairvoyance, intuition, telepathy, you need these chakras to be in very good working order, but you also need to be present as much as possible in all your chakras, right? And so certainly we're always working on that in every healing that I do. But I noticed some people that like their fifth chakra would still be blocked in the front, which is quite odd, because we've done a lot of unblocking stuff, you know. So, you know, some of my sample people, they're still unblocked in like key parts, you know, so those abilities aren't working yet. Sometimes that's just because the person's not safe enough yet. They're maybe not in enough lower chakras yet. So it's a work in progress. But I thought that some of it could have still happened, but it wasn't. And so it was like the angels showed me this one person that has been filling out surveys. Thank you so much, telling me what's going on with her. And self-love is, I think, a missing piece that I didn't realize was so key for all this. Self-love is heart chakra, fourth chakra, self-esteem, self-love, self-care, the ability to forgive yourself and all that. And this person I was looking at, the sample person that the angels picked so I could learn something about everybody, was that she just doesn't have a lot of self-love these days. This chakra is a little too weak, a little too blocked. And so, you know, upper chakra abilities, to be able to use them is literally a priceless gift. And it's kind of an unfair advantage in life, you know. I mean, it's just amazing. And especially hearing your angels. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, you can just get so much good information from the angels. And sometimes they're really specific. Or sometimes, you know, they're always just going to nudge you in the right direction. I should just not watch myself, because then I think about my hair. Sorry. And I see myself opposite in the camera, so it's terrible. Anyway, so she didn't have enough self-love to be able to receive the gifts of her upper chakras. She was not allowing these upper chakras to stay unblocked, because on a soul level, she just couldn't receive that gift yet. So we're going to do a lot of flower healing, which, you know, I hear the collective cheers going up about flower healing. It's very popular, very easy, very fun to do, very nourishing. We're going to do a lot of flower healing in this healing to help that person, but, you know, everybody else, because she's just a little more extreme version of everybody else. And so I didn't really see the self-love connection between, you know, open up your abilities. Like if you feel you don't deserve it, you know, then you don't let it happen, and your mind is just like, well, I don't need that. You know, that's Janet's a reader. I don't need to be a reader, you know. So anyway, that's why we're going to do a lot of flower healing in this one, which is really great. We're going to do flower healing for receiving, for innocence, for filling inner emptiness, for self-esteem, for joy and inner peace, for moderation and balance. Moderation and balance, that helps like to stop binge eating, hopefully. I mean, not like night and day, like it stopped now. But that can help with that moderation, just being able to have that middle of like, I'm going to eat a regular portion. You know? So flower healing for moderation and balance, and flower healing for upper chakra abilities, of course, because that's the theme of the set. So we're going to add that. And then we're going to also, again, we're going to heal inner wounds. We did a lot of that in the healing on Sunday, 2 days ago. But we're going to specifically heal, because there's like, you can always work sort of a continuum. Like there are extremes on either side, and you just kind of see where you're at and like work towards getting more towards the other side of it. Like, for example, being passive, being oppressed, being a victim, being a martyr, feeling ashamed, just like, so that's one end, right? And the other end is being more self-assertive, like within balance, but being self-assertive, being able to, put your foot down, make changes in your life, that kind of thing, and being empowered. So we're going to clear that, we're going to melt some inner wounds so that you can get more and more on this end of it, more self-assertive, more empowered, and less sort of victim-y and procrastinating and feeling ashamed and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we're gonna work that. We may get to pineal gland healing, which the pineal gland is in the brain, and it's just this little round gland, and it's really an interesting gland. And so if we get to it, I'll talk about it just a little, and we'll play with energy healing with it. If we don't get to it today, we'll get to it soon in some other healing coming up later. But we may do that today. So if you're watching this later as a video and you're like, okay, but did she do it? Just by then, hopefully there'll be a summary in the comment section. And so you can look up and see if we did pineal gland healing in this healing. Other things I would like to do is some work unblocking spiritual path, but it may not be necessary because of all the other stuff that we're going to be doing. So we'll see about that. Also, what we may do, but we'll see, is when you read clairvoyantly, you see energy, right? So how does that work? Well, you have a sixth chakra, and so you're there and you're just hanging out sort of in the center of that. And if it's unblocked, and then you have your sixth layer of your aura all around you, right? So if that's pretty flowy and nice and happy, then there's all this free space in the front of your sixth layer where you can just, place images and kind of see, okay, yes or no, yes, 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 or, okay, this is me, this is this person, are there cords between me and that person? You can it's like a big dry erase board for you, and you can just sort of sketch things out and see, oh no, that's not the way it is. Oh, that's interesting. Where's my grounding? Oh, my grounding is really blocked. Oh, that's interesting. Or, oh, I felt really, tired yesterday at 5 p.m. What happened to my grounding then? Oh, I see. Okay. So it's like a nice little sketchboard, where you see visions, and you also can, just lay it out for yourself, let me look at the energy between this person and this person, that kind of thing. So that's your sixth layer of your aura, right? So, you can have like it's sort of like a big TV screen, like a flat screen TV, there, and that's what you see things on, or you just, you make a 3D, I say make a 3D copy of your aura and all that. Well, that's right in your sixth layer when you do that. Although it's 3D, so it's probably bigger than that. But anyway, so this one person in their survey said that their clairvoyant screen was all black, so all they could see was black, which, I say a lot, that when I first tried to imagine my energy, all I saw was black everywhere for a long time. So we're just going to play with sort of clearing out that area. Because it could be that, you just have a lot of baggage, from a lot of energy from somebody else that they dumped there, and that looks like a big black screen. And so you can always just destroy whatever is there in the front of your sixth layer, just get rid of it all. and then start from scratch, you know, and just say, angels, how about we make together, you know, like, angels, let's make a nice, cool, fun psychic dry erase board for me, or a nice clairvoyant screen for me, or, you know, let's just clean it out, you know, because you can just have nice flowing 6th chakra energy there. So anyway, we might, if I have time, play with more of that too. But yeah, we'll see. So much I want to do. Okay, so you guys are awesome. Thanks for all my cute comments. I really appreciate it. People are listening from all over the world, which I love. Thank you so much. All right, so so let's get going. So if you know me, you know this, but what I do at first, you know, I'll be quiet for like a minute and I'm just prepping my energy again. And then I say hi on a spirit level to all the participants, all the people that I'll be healing, the paid people that paid me to heal them. I say hi to everybody and make sure they're all, you know, ready and paying attention. And so, you know, somebody was like, well, you know, I wasn't watching live yesterday, so I think I missed the healing or something. And she didn't understand that, you know, your spirit never misses the healing. You know, if you paid to get the healing, you were getting the healing. Because your spirit is very capable, and there's a lot of subconscious parts of you that, you know, and so that's what I'm working with. So if you're asleep right now, that's fine. If you're not watching live, that's fine. Although I will say that a lot of people feel like they get a lot extra out of watching live when they're receiving the healing. So that's just a personal preference thing, depending on how busy your life is and whatever. And a lot of people, of course, feel benefit if they miss the live that they could watch later on video. But again, it's all personal choice. This is very much all levels. There are people that are more of like dabbling in these experiences, and there are people that are just like both feet jumped in. Yes, I love this. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to say hi to everybody, prep myself, say hi to everybody, and then I'll start healing quietly without talking. And then I'll start talking and explaining what I do. So all that will happen in about 2 minutes tops. So by about 2 minutes from now, I'll be talking again. So in the meantime, you can just chill out. You can think about your own energy, or just breathe, have a little healthy beverage, whatever you want to do. Okay. Oh, and if I'm healing you and you want to heal yourself, that's fine. You won't get in the way. Let me fix the camera. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I think that helped. Okay. Okay, thank you for waiting. So when you heal yourself, I would suggest if you have hands free, use them. You don't always have to. I mean, sometimes you can just be still, and through relaxation, you can cause the things to shift enough in all the places I'm talking about. But usually for repair work, you will need some extra energy to be added in. So hands are great for that. You have big hand chakras in the palm of each hand, and also fingertip chakras in the fingertips. Sort of like not tippy tip, but like inner tip area. And chakras are round, have round openings, and they generate energy, even if you didn't know you have them. And so you can just imagine the round openings widening so that they generate more energy. And unblock your hand chakras. Somebody asked me, are my hand chakras blocked in their survey? No, they're not. But to that one person, she in her last survey, she said, are my hand chakras blocked? But your hand chakras might not be blocked, but they might not generate as much energy as you would like. So you can still kind of geek out and practice generating more and more and more. Just like they're big motors, and maybe they're a little sleepy. So you just got to think about them and practice using them a little. And so I'm going to unblock people's hands just a little bit, the 108 people that I'm healing. Unblock their wrists a little extra, and their hands. And not just unblock, but like I said, kind of help them to generate more energy. And when you really do generate a lot of energy with your hands, then you may have to turn them down for sleep, just so you know. Like I have to turn mine down to low for sleep. But most people, that's not going to be an issue because you're not generating enough with your hands to be a stimulating factor. But it could be. I mean, you could train yourself to generate more and more and more. And the plus of that would be, your healings on yourself work better. So, okay. So then a copy of your aura out in front of you, just imagine. So aura looks like a big bubble, right? If it has rips in it, it looks like a deflated bubble, kind of like, almost like a raisin. Maybe not that bad. But, and then when you repair all the rips, then the chakras can inflate the aura again properly. And so it can look like a very full, like full spherical, like beach ball or something that's very well inflated. So you can just sense both your regular auras, is what I call them, your auras that are inflated by your major chakras. So your physical body has 7 major chakras along your physical spine. That generates your physical body aura. Your astral body has 7 major chakras along your astral body spine, and those generate your astral body aura. So just imagine those 2 auras out in front of you at first and repair those. And if, you're more experienced and like, oh, nope, there are no rips. I see it's already very, like a perfect ball, and I know for sure that there are no rips. Then you can move on to just strengthening the aura, unblocking it more. Like it can be compressed in all sorts of places. So just look for that stuff. Look for the compressed places. Especially if you have any soreness or anything, look for compressed places in your aura near those sore places. So those of you with back pain, look to expand your aura around your back. Right around here, look to expand your aura right there. Anyway, so we're still doing aura repair though, because if you've never done aura repair before, chances are you really need it. You haven't done it in a while, chances are you really need it. Sometimes, I suggest everybody repairs their aura, if you're motivated about it, twice a day. Because you never know, someone can start hacking away at it, get through it pretty fast. And then it just changes everything, makes you feel terrible. And we don't want that. So this is aura repair that we're doing, right? You just send gold light to the ripped parts. Even if you don't see them, you can imagine them. You can think about them. You can have your intention be that the gold light generated by your hands, and you just set with your intention that they're going to generate gold light, because they could be generating orange or red or purple or something. But gold light tends to help loosen things up better. Tends to help you shift better. You know, not to set your whole space at gold. That's too high. But just the healing energy, that, you know, sort of the lubricant that's going to help you let go and repair. That's good at gold. Okay, and so with compression and stuff, now you can, you know, now that it's fully repaired, right, it would be bigger, nice and round. If you feel like you still have some rips, you know, maybe the older rips take longer to repair a little bit, just because there's so much guck on the ripped parts that the gold isn't making contact with the ripped parts. There's like all this buildup of junk. And so you got to wash off all the junk first. And then once you get all the junk off, then the gold light from your hands makes contact with the ripped part, and then it grows back. So if you need to pause, you know, just because your rips aren't finished yet, that's fine. You could do that. But what we're going to do is, instead of just 2 auras, we're going to imagine all 17 of your auras. So how do we get to 17? Well, there's the 2 regular auras that I've been talking about, plus there's the 15 Weichi auras that you as an eternal spirit have. I mean, your astral body aura is you as a spirit as well, but these 15 extra auras, which Weichi is, sorry, I don't know if there's something weird about the internet. I just saw a red light, but anyway, there's these Weichi auras. Weichi is like a traditional Chinese medicine concept. It has to do with, you know, your strong boundaries energy is sort of a rough a rough summary of Weichi energy. It helps you with boundaries on a physical body level and a spirit level. So your spirit has 15 Weichi auras, and they look like auras, you know, and they're around you as a spirit, and but they don't have chakras and stuff. They're just force fields, and like gold, sparkly, and you can repair rips in those, in your Weichi auras, and there could be so much damage to different Weichi auras that it could cause too big a shift if you were to repair all the damage and all the blockages in all your 15 Weichi auras in one day. That would be just too big a shift. So the idea is you have an intention that you want to be aware of what's healthy and gentle to repair and unblock today, right? And so that can just be a general intention for you as a healer, that you want to do what's healthy and gentle. And so anyway, so you're thinking of your 17 auras now, and just do more unblocking, do more repair. And so the gold light just goes where it needs to go. And like I said, if you have a chronic, if you say, you know, someone in their survey said they have, where was it? Intense chronic neck pain. So if you have intense chronic neck pain, what does that mean? Well, it seems like what the person meant is that it's flaring up now, because I work with them for a long time and they don't mention it all the time. So it must be that it's chronic, but particularly intense now. So what does that mean? Well, as a self-healer, think of Weichi aura problem. When you think of, like, because you could have a regular aura problem, but that person already knows how to repair their aura in the regular way. So they probably don't have regular aura damage, right? Their aura is solid and nice, and, you know, there's no big rip in one of their regular auras. They probably maybe forgot some hard objects. So they probably don't have any more rips around that area, but they probably have some hard objects stuck in there. But also, because it's chronic, happens a lot that they have bad neck tension right there, they probably have damage in their Weichi auras, at least a few of them, in this area. So that it's kind of like the Weichi energy that's supposed to protect this whole area is not there. So any chronic area that you have, like if you have a bad ankle, if you have a bad lower back, I mean, well, too, if always think of like, is there a food component? Am I eating inflammatory foods that I shouldn't? Yada yada yada. But this Wei Chi stuff is really good for that. Just chronic, even if you wake up one day and you just feel like overly vulnerable in your stomach area, could be that you have new injuries to your Wei Chi auras in that area. If you always feel terrible in your stomach area, you may just have never healed your Wei Chi auras in that area or repaired. Okay, so again, we're just still doing Wei Chi aura repair, but we're doing all 17 at once. But just imagine, a couple rips that are healthy and gentle to repair right now to help you with either, chronic pain that you have or just, some kind of, maybe you feel a little overwhelmed or something, or just pick a couple rips to repair. And you can use gold light, and you can imagine it like gold sandstorm, like little bits that spin around, or gold like flamethrower, so the metallic gold just kind of sticks to the part that you're supposed to repair, or gold water, gold soap. Some people like that, gold soap and water, that idea, whatever you want. But just clean off a few key rips in your Weichi auras, and just let them grow back, repair. And up top, there's always, up top is a really good area to repair. So just find a couple rips in the top of your Weichi auras and just go ahead and use gold light, gold flamethrower, gold soap and water, gold sandstorm, gold tsunami, whatever image works for you, and just clean out a few rips in the top of any of your 17 auras. And we better do some grounding. Even though I'm having so much fun playing with aura stuff. Why do we have to do grounding now? Well, because all that aura work causes you to want to release a lot. And so if you don't have good grounding, you have nowhere to release. And so that just doesn't feel right. So grounding. So we actually did aura repair first. And now we're doing grounding. Probably because these 108 people, they've already gotten 2 healings in the last 5 days, so their grounding was probably pretty decent, which is how I could get away with doing things backwards. But now we're going to do grounding. For sure. This time for sure. So grounding, I would suggest it's as wide as your whole aura, all the way down to the core of the earth. So you create it that way. It's not automatically that way. I mean, maybe it's automatically that way if you live in a forest and like your job is to take care of the forest and you have a peaceful partner and a peaceful life, then maybe automatically your grounding is already that wide all the time. But for everybody else, go ahead, create it with your intention, red or orange or yellow, nice and wide as your whole aura. All the way down to the core of the earth, and then you make a copy of it out in front of you so that you can check it out, make sure it's nice, make sure it's wide even in the back, because a lot of times grounding might be wide going down and then it goes, it's not so wide in the back anymore, so you want it to be wide all the way down to the core of the earth. It really helps with feeling good throughout your day. I was kind of nudging one of the people writing a survey because it just became, I mean, I kind of knew it, but I guess her angels wanted me to call her on it finally. So she tends to be somewhat grounded at the start of the day, nice wide grounding that releases and flows. But then the more the day continues, her grounding gets more and more narrow, and she just keeps pushing. She just keeps going, and she'll like push herself, and she'll ignore how uncomfortable she is. And she'll just be like, well, my neighbor's, a bad person, or I'm busy, or, my daughter's important, or, whatever, like reason. There's so many reasons, and so maybe she'll think about her grounding again before she goes to bed, right before she goes to bed. But that's all that time that she could have taken, like a minute, and then another minute, and then another minute, just to change that, just to get a big grounding again and start that flow going. So anyway, that's the idea. Get the flow going. Nice wide grounding, comb through it all the way down to the core of the earth. So you have a mini grounding, like here's the top of your grounding at your third chakra. Bring your grounding all the way up to your third chakra, and which is below your sternum bone. Here's your sternum bone, this bone that goes down. Where that ends, that's your third chakra, right? So your grounding goes that high all the way around, and then all the way down to the core of the earth. So just make a copy, like here's your third chakra, here's the center of the earth, and just comb. So you make sure you have good flow all the way down. And if you're a newbie, especially, the person I was talking about is definitely not a newbie, but if you're a newbie especially, you need to do this. Make sure it goes all the way down, it's flowing all the way down. If you feel like you're one of those people who just pushes in your day and just sort of takes for granted, feeling kind of pent up and uncomfortable throughout much of your day, you need this. You need to do this. I mean, I can't control whether you do it, and I'm definitely not trying to shame you about it, but I'm just saying that, when you're thinking, how can I create positive change in my day, it is this simple. It's not like, oh, I need to go to that Bermuda, I need to go to Maui, and that healer that works in Maui, I need to spend $900 for her workshop. Oh my God, I still have clients every now and then that do that, and the angels are always, I mean, very rarely is an angel like, yeah, that's a good use of your time and money. Usually they're like, they just shake their head, and I can't say anything because, I mean, it is about positive change. It's just like, redoing your grounding 3 times a day is probably going to create a lot more positive change than the $900 Maui retreat. It's just, whatever. People want what they want. So anyway, just create your positive change. Go ahead, unblock your grounding. And just say to yourself, I deserve comfort in my day. I deserve to be comfortable in my day. I can do this. I deserve this. And don't allow yourself to wallow in shame if you don't do it, right? Just feel like, I forgive myself. I love myself. I deserve good grounding. Right? All right. Woo, woo, woo. So what are we doing? We're unblocking grounding. So if you tend to have anxiety, unblock your grounding. I'm healing someone in particular. I'm watching someone. I'm healing everybody, but I'm watching someone in particular who tends to have a lot of anxiety, and her usually her grounding is very thin. And even now, when her grounding is wide, it's like, it's just very hard for her to let go. It's like her thoughts like spin around and around and around and around and around and around. So you might have to tell yourself, I am going to let go right now. These anxieties I have, I'm going to imagine them like rocks and watch them drop down. You can go ahead. Everyone can do that. Even if you don't feel like you have anxiety problems, go ahead and imagine some of your fears like rocks. Okay. Some of your anxiety, some of your worries like rocks, and just drop them down all the way down to the core of the earth. Drop them down to your grounding, or blow them up. That's fun too. But go ahead and just You know, imagine a bunch of fear rocks, a bunch of anxiety rocks, a bunch of worry rocks that you have maybe subconsciously or consciously, and just drop them, let them go. And then wash them all the way down your grounding. Make sure they don't pile up in your grounding. Just wash them all the way down to the core of the earth. And if you feel like they're just stuck halfway, just say, angels, can you help me unblock all that? All right, good job. So that was grounding. We didn't really use gold sandstorm. I do like that though. I mean, I didn't talk about using it. So gold sandstorm can be a little bit more forceful, which in a good way. So you just, rather than just gold light coming out of your hands, you just kind of turn it into little flecks of gold that spin around. And so that's gold sandstorm. So you can do gold sandstorm with your grounding too. Especially the parts that tend to block up for people are the center and the back. But, you know, anywhere could block up. And right at the bottom, you can get like just a layer of hard stuff right at the bottom. And so just you can go ahead and melt that. Especially if you tend to have a lot of worry, you know, look for that just chunk of guck at the bottom. Just melt that. Even if you're blaming all your worry on your daughter, you know, or some family member of yours that you always worry about, you know, like, well, I wouldn't worry if my daughter would be, you know, more responsible. You know, I don't care. Go ahead, find the chunk in your grounding that makes you feel worry more. Because you can be concerned for someone in a more peaceful way. Like it's actually possible. So just go ahead and find the anxiety chunks that aren't melting in your grounding. And for some of you, they're just subconscious anxiety chunks, or they're chunks of somebody else's anxiety in your grounding. So go ahead and find all that, and you know, you can gold sandstorm it into oblivion. Gold fire, gold water. It's really not clearing. Just say, angels, please help me to clear that. All right, so that's grounding and grounding with gold sandstorm. Indie grounding is where you make sure that nobody's hooking into your grounding and your grounding isn't branching off into other people's grounding. So you can have beings that are hooking into your grounding, or people. Obviously, those are the two options. So I guess, you know, what we could do, really, because I haven't done that yet, we could do blitzing beings and any just sort of invasive being. So you can have blitzing beings. Blitzing is sort of, in English, it means to attack. And so what I use that word for, like energy wise, is beings that are outside of your aura, just shooting a lot of energy in at you to try to overwhelm you and or break down your aura, you know, so that it's easier to take energy. Now you are a giant being, and these guys are like little pesky annoying things. So there's no need to actually be afraid of them. I described it the other day to somebody as like, you're like a giant mighty elephant, and these are just like little grains of sand that are in the wrong spot. So they're just inconvenient, you know. The sand shouldn't be where it is, and so it's like just not convenient. So you're gonna take care of it. But you are the giant mighty elephant, okay? So so let's see. I want to make sure I write all this down though. Gosh. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, good. Okay, so you just imagine, like, here's the bubble that represents your aura, and you're in there, and then here's your grounding. And so you're thinking about the beings that are just outside of your energy field. They could be outside of your grounding, throwing energy at your grounding. They could be above you, whatever. And so that's where they all are, invasive or blitzing beings. I mean, you can have invasive beings that are already in, but that's separate. We'll do that separately. So for these ones that are outside of your space trying to mess with you, you could like get an intuitive sense of how many there are. And if you're more advanced, it could be that your angels want you to do that just as sort of an intuition practice. But you know, if you're newbie or that blows your mind, then it's not necessary. So you just think of all these invasive or blitzing beings that are around outside of your space and just say, angels, can you please recycle all of them? And your angels know what you're thinking about. They know them means the invasive and or blitzing beings that are outside of your energy field trying to, you know, hook in or throw energy in. And that doesn't take long for you to hurt it. It's fine. So go ahead and check again, just because, not that your angels don't know how to do that. It's just that sometimes you resist a little too much. And so your angels couldn't complete the request fully. And there are still a couple blitzing or invasive beings messing with you. And so that's why you check 2 or 3 times. But, you know, chill out, have your healthy beverage. You know, this is not like, okay, so then again, you imagine your energy field, the big bubble for your aura. You're inside there and your big wide grounding. And so you're thinking about invasive or blitzing beings that are outside of that, just throwing energy in or trying to hook energy in. And you just think, well, okay, how many are there? If you're more advanced, that's a question you could ask yourself to just practice your intuition. And then you just say, angels, can you please recycle all of them? I had to pause because I'm working with a lot of people. But you just say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? You know, around and outside of your space, right? And then just give your angels a little bit of time to do that while you chill out. And then one more time, just check again. So here's your, someone says, what if they don't? Your angels would not do that request. They would be very happy to do that request for you. So there's no what if they don't. I mean, you don't have angels that are like, no, I want you to have an unhappy life. You know, angels are always trying to heal you. They're always trying to clean you out and help you be more stable and healthy. So you're not like the one person with the angels that really want you to suffer. You know, it doesn't work that way. So anyway, so imagine your energy field, big bubble for your aura, and then your wide grounding that you just made. And you're just imagining any beings on the outside of that are trying to mess with you. You know, blitzing beings or invasive beings. Just imagine if there are any still. And then just say, angels, can you please recycle all of them? And then just relax and breathe. Relax. Breathe deeply. Breathe into your toes. Breathe into your legs. Come on into your legs. All right, wonderful. So now for beings that are in, you can notice how that feels too. That feels different. And you can kind of comb through your aura and your grounding a little bit now and see if that's different. Oh, you could redo your gold buffer zones. Everybody on a spirit level knows what that is. Even, you know, somebody's aunt that's getting healing for the first time, or somebody's mom or their older sister, you know, they know on a subconscious spirit level because the angels taught them for this healing. But gold buffer zones, they're just these big force fields that you can make of gold universal healing energy, like 6 feet wide at least, and you just attach them to the edge of your aura. And so it just is a nice buffer. They're nice and flowy, they have a lot of gold light, and so when someone's throwing energy at you, they would have to destroy those to get through to your aura to start damaging your aura. So if you just recreate those in a second, they get nice and fresh and renewed. So it helps reduce aura damage. And you learn about that, in addition to aura repair, in my 18-minute video, which you would find by searching Janet Wright Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. Janet Wright is my name. And then gold energy aura buffer zones. It's an 18-minute video, and that would teach buffer zones and aura repair. Okay, so now, so we did the external stuff. So the inner stuff, we have vacuum boxes that we can do for that, which is always nice. So vacuum boxes are temporary, vacuum boxes are temporary energy devices that you can create, and they're really easy to make, and you just make them with your thoughts. So if you can't see energy, don't worry, it's okay, right? And just, you imagine them, they're like a cube, and you can make them, you know, your favorite rainbow color in gold or clear in gold, whatever. And they suck up beings and energy that are nearby the box that don't belong, you know, because in your space, just you're the only one that belongs, right? And your angels aren't in your space. They're always respectful. They're outside of your space. So anything that's in your space shouldn't be there, right? And so these vacuum boxes will suck up whatever's there that's not you. And then your angels, you know, in like a half a minute, they'll be full, and we'll say, angels, please recycle the boxes, and they get room. And if it's a person's energy, your angels will clean it off, and the person gets back their energy better than it was before. So it's fine for them. And if it's a being, they get sucked into the box, then they get recycled, and that's good too, because then that being can't bother anybody else. It can't bother you again. Okay, so we're going to make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes. We're going to put them in a bunch of different spots, okay? And if you feel like you're messing it up, you know, you're like, I bet I'm doing this wrong, just say, angels, can you help me do this right? Okay, so go ahead and make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes for your grounding. Put them beneath you all the way down to the core of the earth, a whole bunch of vacuum boxes. And then make a bunch, you know, maybe 7, maybe more than that, in front of all your major chakras along your spine. So a whole bunch of vacuum boxes right over here in front. And then same thing behind all your chakras, behind your spine. Make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes all along your spine in the back. And then how about your arms and your shoulders? Those are major energy channels in your shoulders and your arms and your neck. So go ahead and make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes in front of your neck and your shoulders and your arms. And then a whole bunch more vacuum boxes in behind your neck and your shoulders and your arms. And then more vacuum boxes even in above your head, right above your head, and then above the top of your aura even. Make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes there. And then one more place that I would suggest that you make vacuum boxes is on your spiritual path. So your spiritual path is a road that's just for you, that you travel on. And if you're making progress in your life, it's like you're going really fast on your road, or pleasantly fast on your road. If you're confused, you might be sort of spinning around or sitting on the side of your path, a little overwhelmed, right? So we don't want unnecessary energy on that path blocking you, right? And so you can make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes all around you on your path to just suck up anything that shouldn't be there, right? And just for extra fun, since we're talking about clairvoyance, right? Or we're talking about a lot of upper chakra abilities, right? Intuition, 7 and 5, clairvoyance is 6, telepathy, hearing angels, clairaudience is your 5th, right? So let's make a bunch of extra vacuum boxes in layers 5, 6, 7 of your aura, the outer layers. So just throw around all over the place, a whole bunch of vacuum boxes in front and back everywhere in your outer layers of your aura. Just, you know, like decoration everywhere, bunch of vacuum boxes. And then, you know, if you think you messed up, just say, angels, can you fix all them if I made any errors with my vacuum boxes? And then turn them all on at once with your remote control so they start to work. And you can just relax and have your beverage, your healthy beverage, while you're doing that. And then I usually like to make mine so it's like a bell sound. They ding when they're full. But either way, they're going to be full in about a half a minute at most. So then you just say, angels, can you please recycle my vacuum boxes? And it's very easy for your angels to know where they were and get rid of all of them at once. Super easy. I like how that feels. So you can comb through your energy field again, your aura and your grounding and your chakras along your spine, and just kind of get a sense intuitively if there's any difference after the vacuum boxes for you. So obviously vacuum boxes help, and getting rid of the blitzing beings and the invasive beings that are outside of your energy field and outside of your grounding helps too. So that might be a combo that, you know, you could consider doing, you know, do both of those. The vacuum boxes to get the internal stuff out, and then the stuff that's external still messing with you, even though it's external, you know, have your angels get rid of that too. Sometimes we have like people asking questions during the live stream. Usually I will not answer questions during the live stream because I have a lot going on to get this healing done in time. But at the end I can catch up. If it's a simple, relatively simple question, I can catch up at the end of the live stream. Okay, so let me check where people are at. Okay. So angels usually like if you sort of meet them halfway. You know, like if you have the potential for learning this stuff and then you just choose not to, and then you're like, well, angels, just fix it for me forever. You know, like just fix me every day so I don't have to learn any of this. That may not work. You know, your angels might say, well, you know, it's part of your learning to you know, show yourself compassion, to show yourself empathy and kindness, you know, throughout your day, every day. That's a big sort of check mark in your growth list that you have to do in this life. So, you know, learning some of this stuff in a concrete way that so that you're doing it could be necessary, you know, for you, because your angels might be like, well, you know, you should do it. But in a healing context like this, where you've already done some pretty cool stuff, I mean, you've been repairing 17 auras, you've been, you know, using gold sandstorm in your grounding, you've been doing vacuum boxes, you know, lots of cool stuff. Your angels can do some stuff for you too. So in the interest of time, we're going to have the angels do some stuff that in other healings we do ourselves. So for example, in the healing 2 days ago on Sunday, we, which, you know, for those watching much later, 2 days ago was December 6th, 2020. And so we did manually ourselves aura repair of all major and minor chakras, and I'm sorry, chakra repair and unblocking with a gold bottle brush. It was really cool, of all major and minor chakras, and repair and unblocking of all energy channels of the body and spirit. But this time, in the interest of time, and, you know, to demonstrate that sometimes angels will meet you halfway on stuff, particularly if you're already doing a lot of work, we're going to ask the angels to do that. So, so that's easy because you're just asking the angels. And even if you didn't know you have angels, you still have them, and they're still trying to help you all the time, and they're more than happy that you're finally letting them help. So you just say, angels, can you, I mean, you don't have to say it funny like I just said it, but you just say, angels, can you please repair and help unblock all my chakras, all my major and minor. If you say all my chakras, they'll know you mean major and minor. So that also includes all these cool little acupuncture points, like on your feet and your back and your shoulders and all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, say, angels, can you please help me repair and unblock all my chakras? And the thing is, you just kind of get out of the way. Like, stay here, but like, just try to relax. Try to, and relaxing could be having a healthy beverage. It could be giving yourself a little hand massage as your angels work. It could mean, looking at your cat who's sleeping peacefully, Just chill out while your angels repair and unblock. Maybe some deep breaths. Think about it's okay to let go. I deserve healing. It's time for me to heal. And even if you have a chronic area of tension or just a recent area of tension, in Chinese medicine there are little acupuncture points around all these places. So you don't have to know the specific points really. You could just say, well, okay, I'm going to imagine all the little acupuncture points around my sore area, wherever that is, and I'm going to just let those places unblock and relax. You have little meridians, energy meridians, pathways, energy pathways, and you have acupuncture points, little chakras around any of these tense areas. And just let those chakras relax and open up more. Let the meridians, the pathways of energy, unblock more. And I think we didn't explicitly ask, but I think most people's angels have moved on to unblock and repair all the energy channels, meridians. That's what I started talking about, meridians. So you could just say that too. Just say, angels, please, unblock and repair all my meridians for me. And you don't have to say to the extent that's healthy and gentle, because that's like obvious to an angel. Like, yeah, I get it. And again, if you feel like you have trouble with receiving, and giving to yourself and nurturing yourself, maybe just think while your angels are working, just think, I deserve to heal. It's time for me to heal. It's okay. Today is a day I can heal. All right. Good job. So your angels will keep doing that if needed. Like probably they've already done what they can do with it. So you can make that request whenever you want of your angels. So what was that? What that was asking angels to repair all the chakras and unblock them, and then the energy channels too. Okay, so then creative rings are above your head, 3 gold rings, 1, 2, 3. And I believe we worked on those at least in the Friday or the Sunday healing. And I know also that in that short walkthrough video that I made on Friday, we did creative ring work too. But I just think that, with all this change that we're creating with these 3 healings, part of what that involves is bringing in new energy of yours through the top of your energy field downward. And so So it requires a nice extra amount of flow here. And so let's unblock your creative rings again. So just imagine the 3 gold rings that are they belong to your spirit, and they're naturally, you know, if you're in your body, they would naturally be right above your head. And so just imagine 1, 2, 3, 3 gold rings and a copy of them out in front of you. And then go ahead and use lots of gold light and just wash off the rings. They should be a metallic gold, but it's really easy to get cords and just stuff glommed onto them and people's energy and all sorts of junk. So just, you can use gold sandstorm to just scour stuff off of them. And the inside of the rings can get all gummed up too, so you can make your gold sandstorm inside your gold creative rings. And the outside of them can get all gummed up too, so you can make the gold sandstorm go outside the rings too. Or just, you know, gold, however you want, gold fire, gold water. Another fun thing, which I don't think we've done it this way, but I tried it the other day and it was kind of cool. You can use sticky gold wax around your creative rings and just like fill up that whole area with the sticky gold wax around the creative rings. So just have like sticky gold wax, kind of like candle wax that just, you know, it's a metallic gold and it goes all around and inside the creative rings. And just have it, it's going to stick to whatever needs to go, whatever's not you that needs to be removed. So energy cords, beings, whatever, baggage, blah, 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 blah. And then just kind of sever just the wax in half, so you can take it off in 2 parts and just go take off part of it. Angels, here you go. Take off the other part. Angels, here you go. And so that can clear a lot at once. So you just see if that feels any different for you. And let's do that again. So your copy of your creative rings is out in front of you, and just use gold wax and just insert it everywhere around the rings, inside them, around them, everywhere. And then just kind of split the wax in half without splitting your rings, of course. And then just, you can take off both halves at once too, if that's kind of fun. And give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Deep breath. You can enjoy that. So that was kind of cool. If you've never healed your creative rings before, they may even be a little broken, but chances are with all that gold light, they've already repaired. But yeah, you can have a little bit of like breaks or cracks in the creative rings. So you can just do extra gold light just to make sure each ring is nice and whole. Each gold ring. All right, so that's mostly unblocking, but we did a little repair right at the end. Mostly because these 108 people, were not cracked or broken, because they just got that healing like 2 or 4 days ago. I forget which. So good karma windows. Good karma windows are back here. And there's 1 in each aura layer, and they're windows. They look like windows with a triple frame around each one, and they're the color of that aura layer. So if you do like the rainbow color system, so your first chakra you set to your favorite color of red, which you can do now. Just reset your first chakra to your favorite color of red. Your second chakra, reset it to your favorite color of orange. Your third chakra, reset it to your favorite shade of yellow. Your fourth chakra, reset it to your favorite shade of green. And your fifth chakra, and you don't have to see these colors, just think about it. Your fifth chakra in your throat, reset it to your favorite shade of light blue or medium blue. And then your sixth chakra, reset it to your favorite shade of deeper blue. And then your seventh chakra in the top of your head, reset it to your favorite shade of purple. So that makes all your aura layers like this cool looking rainbow, right? So, I mean, if the energy is yours, it could still have like black hard energy crusted around, but you know, the energy that's you in these aura layers now are those colors that you just made: red, orange, yellow, green, lighter or medium blue, deeper blue, and purple. So those windows are those same colors too. But of course they can have stuff junked around them. So if you need repair of your good karma windows, which nobody healing does, because we already worked on this 4 days ago, but if you need repair, you could say, angels, can you please repair everything back here, please? That would be good enough. You can use gold light and that'll repair it. You can just recreate them, like get rid of them and then make them again with the wise part of you, that subconscious that already knows about that stuff. Then you can say, if you fear that you did it wrong, just say, angels, can you check back here and make sure it's all just right. So anyway, if you're healing someone else back here, I would say just gold light, and it'll repair itself with enough gold light. But then unblocking back here, you can always unblock more, just like any part of the aura, really. You can always unblock more. And unblocking around your good karma windows is especially helpful, because if you have good flow here, it allows you to be way more present in your head and your upper chakras, so better focus, better mental clarity, lots of good stuff. So we can do sticky gold wax around the good karma windows, and that could help unblock in kind of a fun way. So just like we did around the creative rings just a minute ago. So you can have sticky gold wax, just make a lot of it and put it around your good karma windows in your aura, and the whole area, that whole area around the good karma windows, you can put a whole bunch of sticky gold wax there because it's free. And then with the sticky gold wax there, then, of course, the intention is that the wax is gonna, stick to whatever that needs to be removed, that's healthy and gentle, and the windows, the good karma windows that are yours, just stay there. And so you split the gold wax, and you can take half of it off at a time if you want, and just go whoosh, and that's half of it off, and just say, angels, here you go. And whatever you don't want, the cords, the energy blocks, they stick to the wax, so you give it to your angels. And then you can take the other half off real fast, whoosh, and give that to your angels. Angels, here you go. If you don't like taking it off fast, you can take it off slow. And you can just notice how that feels. A lot of people are saying, one more time, let's do it again. So, all right, fine. So good sticky gold wax around your good karma windows. So lots of sticky gold wax, and you can make it all around them, not just right around them, just like the whole area anywhere near your good karma windows. Put sticky gold wax all around on both sides, and then split the wax, and then take off one side, whoosh, and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Take off the other side, whoosh. Angels, here you go. All right, so that was a big shift. So you can go ahead and redo your grounding, red or orange or yellow. And you could consider a different color. So if you already did yellow, maybe red or orange, yada, yada. You don't have to, but sometimes it's nice to just really change it up. So then comb through your grounding, comb through a copy of your grounding out in front of you, and comb through your aura, and comb through all your chakras, major chakras along the spine. Comb through the front of your aura. When you get triggered energy blocks, those are in the front of your aura. And it seems like now that we did the good karma window unblocking with sticky gold wax, people are more ready to release stuff in the front, oddly enough. I think it's just because you get more in, and then people are like, oh, what am I hanging on to this for? So it just goes to show you everything's interrelated. But anyway, so the front of your aura, just kind of comb through there. But people are releasing a lot right now out the front of their aura. So you can comb all sorts of different ways as you're helping yourself to release. So you can comb through this way. The aura layers, you know, they wrap around this way. So if you have an energy block, it's probably going to be like this, oriented this way. Unless it's a hard object that someone threw in at you, then it would be like kind of like this or something. But your energy blocks probably are going to be, you know, just in a certain aura layer. So they could be like a little tile, you know, if it's small, or like a big board if it's big. But anyway, so then you could comb through them this way, you could comb outward through them. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever works for you at the time. But we're combing through energy blocks in the front of your aura. So like every once in a while I'll get a survey. It's like, oh, I've been depressed lately, or I've been sad, or I've been, you know, feeling weird, anxious. So those are triggered energy blocks. If you feel them consciously, that means they're triggered. That means they're in front. So just melt them. Now is your chance. Find your depression energy blocks. Find your I feel bad because I overate energy blocks. Just find them and go, I'm tired of feeling bad. Come on. I'm tired of feeling depressed. Yeah, this is your chance. You know, you deserve to feel good. It's okay, but it's not going to happen automatically. You know, even though you deserve it, let's not just sit around and go, wow, I deserve it, right? You got to make it happen. So imagine the energy blocks that are making you feel the way you don't want to feel, and then blow them up. And don't justify it. Well, I'm always going to feel bad because I'm always going to love my daughter. So you can't change that. It's just love making me feel bad. No, it's not. So just find the energy blocks and melt them. For God's sakes. You can do it. So lots of gold light. And if you feel like, oh, they're still there, Janet, they're not clearing, just say, angels, can you help me clear these? All right, good job. So that was a lot. It was immediately what we just finished is combing through front of the aura. To clear triggered energy blocks. All right. So now we get to do a whole bunch of flower healing, and I am so excited. I hear the cheers. Yay, flower healing! There is a whole flower healing playlist, and it will be linked below later if you want to rock every single flower healing video that was ever made. You're in luck! All right, but this will be a flower healing extravaganza right now. Okay, so flower healing is you're making energy healing flowers with the smart part of you just real fast at the right vibration that you need. And you're having your angels double check them too. So obviously that's gonna make them just the right vibration after that too. And then you give them to yourself. Well, and there are some videos where you can do flower healing for other people that I have, that it's useful and a very safe, newbie friendly way to help other people. But right now it's all about you. Because like I said in the intro, I realized that if you're not okay with loving yourself and pampering yourself, there's a subconscious part of you that's going to block you from having abilities, because abilities, you know, like clairvoyance, hearing angels, intuition, it's going to make your life so much better. And if you feel like you don't deserve that, you're going to block it, right? So now we're going to help you feel like you deserve it. Even if you're somewhat good at that already, it's still good to work on, right? So, okay. So flower healing, we do flower healing for a lot of different things. It's going to be like a flower healing speed round. I'm so excited. Okay, so you don't have to move your hands when you do them. If you know me, you know I really get into that part. It's like, look at them. But if you're cooking, you can still just make them out in front of you, you know, and then give them to yourself. Okay, but the first ones are flower healing for receiving. So make flowers gold light or rainbow color. They're all going to be gold light or rainbow color or a mix, you know, and you just decide with the smart subconscious part. You don't even think about it. Okay, so make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers that you need to help you receive, like receive good things, receive good karma, help from your angels, healing, clairvoyant abilities, yada yada, right? And then angels, can you double check my flowers? And go ahead and give it to yourself. Okay, one more time. So we'll do each one twice. So again, energy healing flowers that are just the right vibration to help you be able to receive. So go ahead, make a whole bunch of them. You can even make 100 times more than that. And then say, angels, can you please check my flowers? And then give them to yourself, and they'll go wherever they're needed in your energy field. So that was flower healing for receiving. So now we're going to do flower healing for innocence. Innocence is this adorable, cute energy, like if you think of like baby ducks, baby animals or something. Or, you know, really cute, happy kids, maybe, you know, innocence energy is... It's something that we all possess, though, as eternal souls, and you don't have to only have it in childhood. You can have it your whole life, and it can help you feel younger and happier and, you know, young at heart, and help you manage stress a lot better because of that. So that's really good. And it can help you naturally think more on the bright side of things, and be able to forgive yourself and others more, and just kind of... it's just really beautiful. So go ahead and make a whole bunch of energy to create your own energy of innocence. Create more of it. Your own energy of innocence. And go ahead, lots of flowers, and then make 100 times more and say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then go ahead and give that to yourself. Okay, so we'll do that again. Make energy healing flowers for your unique vibration of innocence. Go ahead, make them, make 100 times more, and say, angels, please check my flowers, and then give them to yourself. You can wiggle your toes, check your grounding, redo it if you want. Nice and wide, all the way down to the core of the earth. Okay, so that was energy healing flowers for innocence. Let's do energy healing flowers for filling inner emptiness. Okay, so go ahead, make the flowers for filling your inner emptiness. That means inner emptiness is like this quality, you just don't know what is wrong, but you feel like you're missing something. It can fuel overeating. It can fuel a lot of unhealthy behaviors, like insecurities, jealousy, all that stuff. So go ahead, make a lot of flowers to heal your inner emptiness, to fill your inner emptiness. And say, angels, please double check my flowers. And go ahead and give them to yourself. And let's do that again. Okay, lots of energy healing flowers to heal your inner emptiness. And make 100 times more. And then say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. All right, so energy healing flowers. Next we'll do energy healing flowers for self-esteem and self-worth. So feeling like you're worthy, feeling like you deserve good things. Go ahead, make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers for self-esteem and self-worth, positive self-image, and make 100 times more. And just say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then give those flowers to yourself. Okay, let's do that again. Energy healing flowers for your self-esteem, for your self-worth, so you can value yourself, feel like you deserve good things, and make 100 times more. Say, angels, please double check my flowers. And give them to yourself. Good job, guys. All right, so that was energy healing flowers for self-esteem and self-worth. So now we'll do flowers for joy and inner peace. Joy and inner peace are slightly different, but I think we could make a big bunch of flowers that help both. So joy and inner peace, make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers to help you have that. And then 100 times more. And then just say, angels, can you please check my flowers? And then give those to yourself. And if you have a part of your body that doesn't feel right, you know, you can direct the flowers there, even though they're going to go everywhere, but everywhere needed. Let's do that a second time. Flowers for joy and inner peace. Go ahead, make them. And then 100 times more than that. And say, angels, double check my flowers, please. And then give them to yourself. Deep breath. Think about receiving that. All right, good job. So now, energy healing flowers for moderation and balance in your life. So this can help with like if you have addiction problems, overeating problems, just problems of doing things to excess. Like you're always doing something definitely not enough or definitely way too much. Sometimes you need a little extra healing to find that middle balanced road. So for yourself. So energy healing flowers so that you find your healthy moderation, your healthy balance energy. Whole bunch of flowers. 100 times more than that. And then say, angels, please check my flowers. And then give that to yourself. Okay, one more time. Energy healing flowers so that you find your energy of healthy moderation and healthy balance. A bunch of flowers, 100 times more than that. Angels, please check my flowers. Give them to yourself. Deep breath, wiggle your toes. And last but certainly not least, the theme of this healing, upper chakra abilities, which is the ones I keep talking about: clairaudience, telepathy, nonverbal communication, hearing angels, clairvoyance, intuition, which is 7 and 5. But also you do have other abilities of these chakras, like 7th helps also with confidence and inspiration. 6th also helps with non-judgment. 5th chakra also helps with written communication and, you know, out loud communication with people. Inner peace. So, so these flowers are going to help all your upper chakra abilities. So go ahead and make a whole bunch of healing energy flowers for your upper chakra abilities. And then 100 times more. And then just say, angels, can you please heal my flower? Can you please check my flowers? And give them to yourself. Okay, one more time. Energy healing flowers for your use, your healthy use of your upper chakra abilities. Go ahead, make them. And then make 100 times more. And say, angels, can you check my flowers? And then give that to yourself. Deep breath. You can move around if that helps you to be more present and receive more. All right, good job. Woohoo! So that was a speed round. 10 minutes. Well, 12 minutes, I think. That took 12 minutes for all that energy healing flower work. Flower healing healing flower energy, energy healing flowers. That was a 12-minute energy healing flowers speed round. Oh, right. I want to check to see where people are at. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna do a teeny bit of a speed round in a way of 3 different things that I want to include before we're done. So the first one is, and if you need to redo your grounding, go ahead and do that, red or orange or yellow, nice and wide, all the way down to the core of the earth. And let's just, you could comb through it too, just to make sure it's okay, especially in the back. Okay, so pineal gland. The pineal gland is a part of your brain. I mean, it's in your brain. And so it's at the top, like if you follow your spinal cord up, I'm not a medical expert, obviously. Sure, that's pretty obvious already, but just in case you're confused about that, I'm not a medical expert. And not only that, I'm not a medical intuitive by professional focus, you know, so it's not my strongest field by any means. But, you know, we can still dabble in it and everything, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm not God on this field. I'm not God on any field. I'm just a person, right? So you can read about what is known by medical science about the pineal gland. I think that's useful to know. Real high level, you know, like layman's version is, you know, if you follow the spine up, you know, it becomes the brain stem, you know, the spinal cord, you follow that up, then it becomes the brain stem, and then the brain stem up to near the top of it, a little behind it, is the pineal gland. And so you have your brain, and you follow your spinal cord up, and then it becomes the brain stem in there, and then there's a little pineal gland like in there, just behind the top of the brain stem, and like above and behind the top of the brain stem. And I don't know, at some point some philosopher called it the third eye is your pineal gland, even though, you know, like spiritual people call your sixth chakra your third eye. But I think this philosophy, I don't know, I mean, medically it's connected to, they talk about the pineal gland having to do with circadian rhythm and being aware of daylight and all that, and you know, so it I think medically they you know, you could read up about it, but I think there's something about how it, you know, you perceive light, and that, you know, you take in light from your optic nerves, you know, through your eye, and then your optic nerves, and then your optic nerves talk to your pineal gland, and then your pineal gland influences, you know, how you feel and a lot about your body, because circadian rhythms, they're finding, they don't know exactly medically, I think, everything that they could know, obviously, but you know, daylight makes people happy. Let's just summarize it in the most grossly, you know, slapstick, we're out of time kind of way, you know. So you perceive daylight, and that affects your pineal gland, which affects your whole body, and it's sort of an upbeat kind of a thing, right? It also later makes you sleep better. So I use a daylight lamp, by the way. I won't show it to you because usually when I move my camera around, it messes up my sound then after that. But I do have a daylight lamp. If anyone wants, I could link below the one that I have, although you could just find one on Amazon. That's what I did. Um, but they work, you know. Like you put it to the side while you're working and doing whatever during the day, and then your ocular, you know, your eye nerves take that in, and your pineal gland gets happier, which makes you happier, feel more stable, more balanced, you sleep better. So it's a real thing. Um, so maybe that's why some philosopher called it the third eye at some point. I think also some spiritual people think like that's the seat of your consciousness and whatever. You know, I'm not as big on all that, you know, like I think just put your consciousness in all your upper chakras, you know, like, and be in the center of your sixth chakra. So I don't think the center of your sixth chakra is really your pineal gland. I think your pineal gland is like behind it and lower, you know. I mean, lower and back a little. So whatever. But it's a cool thing, the pineal gland. And so if you imagine it, and then you imagine your optic nerves, you can heal all that. And, you know, I'm not going to bother, you know, drawing a diagram and all that because time is tight. But you can Google, you know, optic nerves, pineal gland, and see the layout, you know. But basically, you know, you have two eyes, right? And, you know, there are nerves going from each eye back into your brain, right? And then to your pineal gland. So you can kind of heal that route and, you know, make a red grounding cord for your optic nerves and make a red grounding cord for your pineal gland. Just connect it down to the core of the earth so you can kind of ground any sort of excess built up energy that wants to release if you give something a special grounding cord. You could do that for any organ in your body, give it its own grounding cord. And when in doubt for body organs, I would say red is nice. But you could play around with any of the lower colors, red, orange, yellow, I'm sure would be okay. But I would do red usually. So you can make a red grounding for your pineal gland. You can make red groundings for your optic nerves. Just sort of run gold light through them. Because, you know, all this stuff you want, it's like an energy pathway, right? So if you sense any blockages, just melt them away with gold light. And then your pineal gland, when I was looking at it, I saw that it has energy connections throughout the body. It's like a little, kind of like a little command center. I'm sure different parts of the brain are like that too, but it's like I can see you have your pineal gland and then there's like these gold filaments that go to like pretty much all parts of the body. And so some of them can be kind of weaker, like the gold filaments could be broken or blocked, and other ones are strong and nice. And so you can just imagine your pineal gland and just imagine, you know, gold filaments that go from there to everywhere. And don't make them if they're not there, like don't create something brand new. Just run gold light where it would be. And if it's meant to be there, it'll just recreate itself, right? And so you have your little, you know, pea-sized pineal gland, and then or chickpea-sized pineal gland, and then just all the gold filaments that go everywhere else in your body from your pineal gland, just kind of heal those. And the energy would travel both ways in those because your pineal gland wants to talk to your body and your body wants to talk to your pineal gland. And so just kind of use gold light and have fun with it. And just don't let things get blocked. Just relax. And, you know, with any body thing, there is definitely a healthy and gentle amount because bodies don't like as big energy shifts typically as you on a spirit level might. Over time, the more you're used to working energy in your body gets definitely more okay with bigger shifts. But, you know, there'll be a sense of like, yeah, that's enough for today. So that is a little bit of pineal gland healing that we just did. So now we're going to do the heal inner wounds that I mentioned in the intro. We're going to do it pretty fast and it is pretty easy, so that's fine. So I had talked about how there's sort of two extremes and we want you to be more, well, not extremes, but there's two sort of, it's like opposites, you know? So one end is being passive or shut down or oppressed, kind of like feeling like a victim, you know, which, you know, happens. And then the other end is being more self-assertive and taking initiative to fix your issues and heal yourself and protect yourself and all that, and being more empowered. And so if you imagine those contrasting things, and then you imagine any inner wounds that are keeping you more towards the unfun end of that, the shutdown, passive, procrastinating, victim-y part. Just imagine the inner wounds like slashes or holes in the ground, and just melt them away with gold light. So imagine all the inner wounds that are good to heal right now, that are keeping you more passive and shut down, and so you're not taking charge of your life and your problems. And just lots of gold light, gold fire, gold water. You can even say, angels, can you please double check all these wounds, make sure it's okay for me to heal them. And then just lots of gold light so they can all melt. Gold fire, gold water. All right, let's do that one more time. So just imagine like holes in the ground or slashes out in front of you. These represent the inner wounds that are good for you to heal right now, so that you can be more self-assertive, more inquisitive about solving your issues, more insightful, more empowered about, solving your problems, protecting yourself, creating positive change. So just imagine any wounds in the way of that, and just say, angels, double check my wounds, please. So then they're all good to heal. And heal them all. Gold light and melt them all away. The holes in the ground or the slashes, whatever is your preference. And if you have any left over, just say, angels, please help me with these. And typically the angels will do that with you in your sleep over several nights, as many. They'll space it out as long as it's needed so that it's a gentle shift for you. So that was healing inner wounds, so that you can be less passive, shut down, and victim-y, and more empowered and self-assertive and positive and active in solving your issues. All right, good job. So now we're just going to do the last finishing touch, which is cleaning off. Well, really, we're going to just get rid of your old clairvoyant screen or whatever is there in the way, because visualizing clairvoyantly, I always suggest you get as safe as possible, learn your aura repair if you don't know it. Just keep working on getting into all your chakras, learn your grounding, aura repair, chakra unblocking, all that stuff I teach. Learn all that stuff first, for sure. But also to see energy, you're kind of sitting in the center of your sixth chakra. You're in all your chakras, but there's a little extra energy of yours in your sixth, and then you're just sitting around viewing what's in your sixth layer in the front. And so then you just clean out whatever's there, so you can, it's like I said in the intro, like a dry erase board or something, or a TV screen or something where you view things. And so you just relax in your little viewing room, which is your sixth chakra, and then you look at what you place for yourself in your clairvoyant area, which is your sixth layer out in front. So maybe it's a copy of your aura that you're healing. Maybe it's a copy of your grounding. Maybe it's an image of you and your neighbor, and you want to see, okay, is she courting me right now or no? And so you just chill out in your sixth chakra. There's no good or bad while you're there. So you're just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. She must be having a bad day because she's courting me a lot. Okay, well, I'm just going to melt the cords, and then I'm going to let her know, hey, go talk to your angels. Your angels can help you today. And she'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that. So, that way, if you view from your sixth, it's not like, you see better than because you can kind of perceive imagery if you're in a lower chakra, but you're going to be more likely to be kind of judgy about it. Like, they always do that and they're terrible people and blah, blah, blah. Whereas if you see from your sixth, it doesn't mean that your neighbor is more ethical, but it means that you're not going to get stuck about that. You're not going to feel bitter. You're not going to call them bad names, because it's just not the headspace that one gets into if you look from your sixth. If you look from your sixth, you can just see. And by not getting mired in, who's bad and who's good, you have a lot of extra energy to keep yourself safe and whole and to perceive accurately exactly where your weak parts in your energy field so you can heal. So that's the whole point. I tend to mock people who are, calling their sister a bitch or whatever, and all that. Just, I don't mean to like get into it too much, like shame people, but it just means you're not viewing from your six. If you're viewing from your six, you wouldn't be calling them, bad names. Trying to keep it kid friendly, but if you're viewing from your six, you would just see, wow, she's on fire today, and then you could see your weak parts and really focus on healing yourself, and then you could accurately see her and just give her healing flowers that the angels check and lay them out for her, and sure enough, she goes off to talk to her angels, and you avoided a lot of conflict and you accurately saw how to heal yourself, right? Wow, long story short. Hopefully. So long story short, let's just clean out whatever's in your sixth layer in the front. And then you can always recreate the good stuff, like your clairvoyant screen and stuff with your angel's help, right? So just get rid of everything first from the front of the whole front of your sixth layer. And you can say, angels, help me do this. Let's renovate my front of my sixth layer, angels. Angels, can you help me renovate the front of my sixth layer? And then just get rid of everything. Have the angels help you clean it out. So no more beings, no more energy blocks, no more stuff that got dumped there. Clean it all out. Angels help me clean all this out of my front of my sixth layer. And then if you want to make something brand new, say, angels, let's redecorate the front of my sixth layer. And angels and you subconsciously can do that real fast. And then that's that. You did it. You just redecorated the front of your sixth layer. So that should be interesting. You can let me know in your surveys if that helped your reading ability, to view your grounding or view your chakras or view if your aura has a rip or something. Cool. So I'm going to just double check, but that is pretty much all we're doing. Just helping people to have a little less compression right above the head there. And below the feet. Layers 4, 3, 2, 1 down here are a little too compressed. There we go. There we go. Woohoo! Okay, redo your grounding, redo your buffer zones, gold buffer zones. All right, and then just say, angels, can you please give me a blessing and a healing? All right, healing is done. Woo-hoo-hoo. All righty. So that was that. That was a fabulous healing. Great job, guys. So I am going, if you haven't given this a thumbs up yet, but you did like it and you feel like, hey, this would be nice if other people found it, please give it a thumbs up. So if you want, you can comment on how you feel, how the healing was for you. Please give some context, like if you healed yourself, if I healed you and you healed yourself. I know you have limited characters, but if you could put that in because it's relevant to how you're feeling. If there was a favorite part of the healing, you could put that. You don't have to put anything, but it's always nice to hear from you guys right at the end. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly read through and then we're done. Well, I say that and usually then like two different people say something really fascinating and so there's like 10 minutes of me explaining something. So, so there probably is a little more to come. We'll see. But the next big healing will be Sunday, December 20th. And that will be pretty cool. It'll be getting closure on 2020 and getting excited for 2021. So there'll be a lot of energy clearing so that, you don't bring any 2020 baggage into the future. You just can let go of it, which will be nice because, it was a challenging year for a lot of people in different ways. And so It'd be nice to kind of focus on the effects that that had on people, and maybe there's some good effects already that happen too. But we just want to make sure that not bringing anything repressed into 2020 that 2021 that you don't have to, so that'll be part of that healing, and also being able to be excited about the upcoming year. And if you need to proactively clear, to kind of slide right into it nicely. So it would be good. And the archangels will be helping me. And that's December 20th, Sunday, December 20th. If you weren't able to buy it in time before it sold out, you can just heal yourself as you watch. Speaking of buying things, the February group healings go up on my payment page on the 15th, which is a week from today, in the afternoon. So like maybe 4 hours from now, but a week and 4 hours from now, maybe. Something like that. So if you want, you can get put on my news email list. If you're not on it, just email me and ask to be put on it. Introduce yourself if I don't know you, please, just for fun. But I email my news email list so they know right when the healings go up on my page. So otherwise you have to check a lot because they go fast. Okay, cool. So let me catch up if anyone wants to say hi. Someone says thank you. Hi everyone. Someone says, what if you start seeing dead people and spiders? Well, if you start seeing spiders, those would be a form of invasive beings. So you just say, angels, can you please recycle all those? You may be just trolling me with that one, but if you're serious that you start seeing dead people, it sounds like you're trolling me though, that comment, but if you really did see someone that, is a ghost, maybe that has not fully crossed over, you can say, hey, there are your angels, go and, because like if you see a ghost, ghosts are just people that haven't crossed over yet. They're like you and me. They're not to be afraid of, but they might not see their angels, and that's why they didn't cross over. So you just say, hey, your angels are right there, and then once they look over and see their angels, then the whole process starts, and then they cross over and they're like, thank you so much. So yeah, if you do see dead people, it's a chance to help them out. But I don't know if you're serious about that. Someone says, wow, the sticky gold wax on the creative rings really helps with clarity. Yeah, good. Yeah, I know that was fun when I tried that. So good. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, that was a healing debut today of sticky gold wax on creative rings. Someone says, hi, Janet, love your zany good humor. Well, thank you. Someone says, hi, Janet, I really released a lot this morning. Well, good. Good for you. Good for you. Someone says, hi, Janet, I did Sunday's video this morning. Is it too much if I do today's now, or should I wait until tomorrow? I would go for it. Yeah, if you feel like it, why not? Just set your intention. Angels, help me do this to the extent that's healthy and gentle. But it could be fine. There's so much energy that people hang on to that's so not helpful. That would so help them if they would just freaking get rid of it. So it is feasible that they're if you're in the mood to do 2 videos in a row, then it could be not too much. You just have your angels help you so that you're not doing too much, with your intention. Someone says, had a bad headache. How does one defend themselves from psychic attacks and the evil eye? And how to re-add light to it, please. So, okay, the evil eye, I don't really believe in something called the evil eye. Maybe you mean just people that are malevolent and invasive, and you're sort of summarizing that as the evil eye. But I would caution against, kind of don't feed into the phobias, like it's hard enough. Life is challenging enough. Don't try not to validate your own fears. You clear the fears, but don't hype them up, So like maybe there's one person who's, you know, throwing energy at you. So great, I have a video for that. You know, just deal with that one person. Is the whole world throwing energy at you? No, that is not accurate. You know, nobody, I mean, not even me, and I'm pretty annoying to a lot of people who don't like change, you know, but the whole world isn't throwing energy at me, you know? So that's not really possible that the whole world is throwing energy at somebody. So it's probably just one or two people, you know, like somebody at work and your aunt who's offended by you somehow. You know? So the video that I have is Janet. You search Janet Wright, you search YouTube and put in Janet Wright resolve conflict boundary issues. And that's a 35-minute video, and that would teach you how to help these people throwing energy at you to chill out and talk to their angels. And it's very effective. Like I used to have a lot of genetic family members who would throw energy at me quite regularly, just because, you know, they were triggered and blocked up and whatever. So, but you know, I have consistently done that kind of stuff that's in the video with them, and now it's like really rare that they do it to me. If they do, I just remind them, hey, you know, are you okay? Go talk to your angels. And they're like, oh gosh, sorry. And they go. Yeah, it's just all subconscious on a spirit level. So there's always good news with energy healing. But yeah, you had a bad headache. Part of it's because your aura repair still isn't, I don't know. Have you tried aura repair yet? I told you about aura repair 2 days ago, but I don't know if you did it, because like the back of your aura, the upper back, like right around here, it just, you know, it's just completely ripped open. So I think you missed a spot. So redo, just go back to aura repair. Keep working on that. Aura repair, grounding. Those are the first two things for safety. Got to keep working on. And it's not like, oh, I repaired 2 days ago, so it should still be okay. You know, particularly if, you know, Aunt Martha's still throwing energy, it's not going to still be okay 2 days later. So, you know, first redo your aura repair, get that big gaping hole you missed, and then you can do that resolve conflict boundary issues video to help whoever it is. You don't have to know who they are. Help the people throwing energy at you to chill out and leave you alone. All right, someone says, wow, thank you, I agree. Someone says, yay, thank you, Janet. Why was a participant and I healed myself and whoop, I lost your comment. And I loved it. Good to know. Good. I'm glad. Someone says, I feel pretty awesome, but do feel anxiety in my stomach. I had an intense panicked feeling in the middle of the healing, but mostly went away. I was a participant. Okay, so that brings me back to a part of the healing we did. I believe it was, I'm not sure which part it was. It was within the first hour. I'll have it was when we were doing aura repair, and then the 17 auras, the repair of the Weichi auras. I said if you have a part of your body that feels especially vulnerable, that probably means you have either damage in the regular auras, but if you've already fixed all that, you know, you may still have hard objects stuck in the regular auras that were thrown at you. But say you already got rid of the hard objects in your regular auras, then check your Weichi auras just intuitively, you know, because we have 17 auras, 15 of them are for your spirit, just to like Weichi, all sparkly gold. They're supposed to help you with strong boundaries, right? So if you feel especially vulnerable here, you know, check, you probably have at least 3 Weichi auras that are just like whacked away. You know, maybe they were fine 2 days ago and they're not now. They're just like big pieces are missing, and so it just makes your regular auras a lot less strong. So just imagine the Weichi auras in that area, whatever vulnerable area. If it's a leg problem you have, a knee problem, an ankle problem, a neck problem, just imagine the Weichi auras in that area and heal them, repair them. You know, gold flamethrowers, gold tsunamis, gold sandstorm, whatever it takes. Just take your time and let them grow back and repair. And then, you know, definitely look for hard objects stuck in there in any of the auras. And lastly, if the area is around a GV or a CV meridian, you know, check those meridians too. But with you, I don't think it's a meridian issue. Okay. So thank you for your comment. Someone says, thank you so much. You're welcome. I loved the flower healing part. Epic and fantastic. Yes, our 12-minute flower healing extravaganza. So it says, I love the idea to ground different parts of my body. For example, cranial nerves and pineal gland. Yeah, optic nerves. Yeah, the optic nerves we grounded extra, and the pineal gland. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I like grounding too, actually this is relevant for me to mention in this healing too, is your, I'm forgetting the name of the bone. It's this really cool bone, and it goes from like here to here, and it goes behind your eyes, your eyeballs. Sphenoid bone. Sphenoid bone. Thank you, angels. They're like screaming at me. Your sphenoid bone. It is like the coolest shape, and it's right behind your eyeballs and everything. And it's this big bone, you know, it goes, and it just has this really cool, funny shape. I have like if you go to my Pinterest board, I think you can get there from my homepage on my website. There's, I think on the right side, there's a link, little one of those Pinterest peas. You click on that, it should get you to a Pinterest board that I have that has all sorts of like images of you know, skull bones and spinal diagrams and stuff, you know, things that are fun to visualize if you want to heal that part of your body. And I have like a little video of the sphenoid bone, and it kind of spins around and everything. In that, I didn't make the video, you know, it's just I found it and linked it on Pinterest. But anyway, the sphenoid bone is very fun to give it its own grounding and just kind of clean it off and just heal it more and more and more, so that your spirit is in your sphenoid bone. Like, just like you can be in your arm and in your leg as a spirit, you can be in any of your bones, like more and more and more and more and more. And it just makes it even cooler. And it feels really good, because if you're not there, that means something else is there blocking the energy flow, most likely. So it's nice to play with all that. It's very fun. I do have videos, you know, if you want a video like heal, if you search Janet Wright, energy healing skull, or bones, energy healing bones, or energy healing spine, Janet Wright, energy healing spine, you can find them. But basically you can make an individual grounding for any part of your body. Like the back of your head, that's nice to have a special red grounding for the back of your head, like the whole back of your skull. You know, special grounding for that. It's like, that's nice. That's very nice. So thanks for your comment and feedback. Someone says, thank you, Janet, so much. I feel really awesome, really great. Urging. Again, I think maybe that means. Well, good. Good. I hope so. I was watching, I was hoping. Part of the GV work on Sunday was in part for you, because GV meridian healing helps, you know, with headaches. I mean, that person that was talking about a headache, they had like giant rips in their aura, so that obviously you got to take care of first. But once you have your aura safe and you're grounded and that's flowing, then, you know, working your GV meridian is nice too. So anybody who wants to work on headaches and you've already done aura repair and you're grounding and all that, then you could look up, you know, Janet Wright GV healing or something like that. GV stands for governing vessel. So Janet Wright, if you search GV healing, that'll probably get you something good. There's a nice one too for people that have done this stuff, you know, in my videos for a while, and then you want like just a nice little refresher one on the GV and CV. Janet Wright, GV, CV, experienced. If you search that, you'll find it. Because its experienced version is in the title. GV, CV, experienced version. And it just, you know, it's like 22 minutes or something, and I'm walking you through, okay, here you go, here they go, unblock this. And it's just about those two meridians, the GV and the CV meridian. The reason they're so important, well, they're physical body meridians in Chinese medicine. I didn't make them up. And the GV one manages all the yang meridians of your body and helps with all of them. And then the CV meridian up the front helps to manage and sort of be the boss of all the yin meridians of your body. And so making those nice has a good ripple effect with all the other body meridians that you have. So it's really very nice. And we did do GVCV work on Sunday. So somebody said, oh, I felt extra good when I woke up this morning, and I think it was the GVCV work that we had done. Because it does make you feel like stronger. It helps the immune system. It's good stuff. All right. Someone says, was healing myself. Thank you. So helpful. Oh, good. Good job. Good job. Yeah, you did a good job. You're releasing a ton. Yeah, your angels are excited. You could redo that, the sticky gold wax in the good karma window area. Sticky gold wax, good karma window area. Just keep doing that back there. And you could make an extra red grounding for the back of your head. That could be nice. And you could kind of repeat that, for a little bit, for a couple days. Okay, someone says, thank you, Janet. Been ill today, not healing related, the flu. I feel a bit better post-healing, thank you. Oh, good. Yeah, so keep doing GVCV. That could help you get through the flu. I mean, just resting is good too, obviously. If you just want to be sleepy, but you still also want to work energy, there is that, that one, the out-of-body meditation one. So that's an option too. For other people, if you search Janet Wright out-of-body meditation, you'll find it. It also has Sky Jacuzzi in the title. It's a fun video. Someone says they like the theme, and they're showing me all sorts of beautiful emojis. Thank you so much. I love vacuum boxes. Yes, me too. Thanks for your feedback. Someone says, thank you, Janet. I feel great. I sometimes still have a hard time visualizing if I'm present in all 7 chakras. I think I was in 7 through 2 this morning and 7 through 1 now. You are correct. So I guess it's not that hard for you. Because you're right. Somebody said in their, just in a quick note, some people they shove a lot of questions in their surveys, and I think in the past maybe there has been fluke times where I respond to somebody's question that they put in a survey and I'll email them back, but I really don't do that hardly ever now. So I would encourage you, just don't put your questions in put your experience of what you're experiencing, because that's healing related and I want to know that. But you can post questions under videos. That way I'll just get to them when I can. But try not to, get a free reading in the whole thing. That's not what the survey is about. The survey is so I can do the best work for you possible in designing the next healing. So it's not that the survey doesn't benefit you. It's just not going to benefit you by being able to ask me 100 questions. That's not what the survey is about. So I hope that makes sense. So it's not that I don't care about the question about your boyfriend or whatever that you put in the survey. It's just that I can't focus on that. I gotta just do the best job I can with assessing your feedback, comparing it to everyone else's feedback, and turning that into a fabulous new healing for the next healing. So you can put your fabulous questions about your boyfriends and stuff under any video, or about your dad or whoever. And that's that. Okay. Someone says, are hot flashes a part of an energy shift? I'm assuming you're talking about menopausal type stuff, and I haven't hit that yet. So when I hit it, I'll be more knowledgeable about it in this life. Although, obviously I've hit it in many lifetimes. I think Chinese medicine could help with that. So if it's a real issue, you could, get a TCM practitioner, traditional Chinese medicine. Kundalini is a body energy that you can learn to regulate for sure. And that is what is flaring up in a hot flash. All of a sudden your Kundalini just goes And it's a little chakra underneath the first chakra, and it sends up energy up the spine that can spread everywhere. And it's technically a really good energy if you learn how to moderate it. So if you run it at like a low level, it's just like a pep that can help you with your day. People can perceive it as a charisma if it's at that low level. If it's at too high a level, it could make you jumpy, it could keep you awake, it could make you inappropriately horny. It could make you very physically hot, you know. So there's the Kundalini stuff, and then there's, you know, maybe go get a good TCM practitioner. Because body temperature regulation is a whole thing with Chinese medicine. They're like really good at it. Like my herbal tea that I have all the time, it's got a certain specific type. There's 2 types of cinnamon. And one type is from the inner bark and one type is from the outer bark of the cinnamon plant. And the outer bark cinnamon has a totally different function in the body, and it does different things in the body than the inner bark cinnamon. It's like mind-blowing, the level of specificity that they have about different herbs and what they do. And so the kind of cinnamon that I take helps with like heat redistribution. It helps with other stuff too. It helps like chi depletion to replenish your chi. But it also helps, like, so if you have too much heat somewhere, it'll move it around to somewhere else where you don't have enough heat. And so it helps to keep you from like feeling too cold in the winter or stuff like that. So it's so new. Chinese medicine is really cool. Traditional Chinese medicine. So if you get an acupuncturist, get one that's a specialist, not someone who's, you know, really a massage therapist, but they dabbled in, you know, a little acupuncture around your ear. You can get someone who's really well trained and certified in acupuncture and in Chinese herbs. In the US, those are 2 separate certifications, in acupuncture and then in Chinese herbs. And then you got the whole package. And you can get a good, you know, diagnosis, and you can get good herb suggestions, and it's cool stuff. All right, long answer. Hope it helped. I do have a Kundalini playlist, which I link under all my recent videos, actually. So you could look on the video from 2 days ago, and in the comment section underneath the healing summary, there'll be video links. And I think it's the bottom link I have is the Kundalini playlist. You can learn from that about Kundalini energy. Someone says, healing on the karma windows now shiny and colorful, was rusty brown before healing. Oh, cool. Good to know. Yeah, and you healed yourself. So rock on. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because your angel said work more on that. So I think just because the more you do it, you're unblocking them more and more and more and more. And it really helps with like mental clarity and just feeling less mentally burdened. It's a good thing. Someone says, thanks, Janet. It gives you a nice, beautiful heart. Thank you so much. Someone says, that's better. Thanks. Feeling relaxed. Oh, good. Thanks for the feedback. Someone says, thank you so much, Janet. It's been a busy morning, and this healing is good timing. Has it been enough to get me in 7 through 1 chakras, or should I do some more meditation today? Yeah, you are in 7 through 1 right now. I would just say keep unblocking your grounding throughout the day, particularly in the back, like, because the back kind of wants to creep in a little. So keep, you know, expanding the back of your grounding, and just keep combing through your grounding. Maybe redo your buffer zones a couple times during the day. But, you know, maybe just a nap at some point. But yeah, you're in a good spot right now. Just watch something funny. Eat some protein. Maybe write in your journal for a few minutes. Just chill out. Someone says, awesome. Thank you, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, hi, Janet. Can you please check if my clairvoyance chakra / aura is working yet? I do not see the color. Thank you. Well, just as a point of information, I don't know who you are in the real world, which is fine. But sometimes I'm a more accurate reader if I know exactly like the real life first name and last name of the person asking the question. And if somebody doesn't, you know, they have one of those mystery YouTube IDs, which I understand, just put like your first name and your last initial, because as a reader, that's probably enough for me to see, okay, this is this exact person, you know, the person who wrote that, this initial, blah, 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 that's them. You know, with YouTube IDs, sometimes people make some kind of a fantasy version of themselves, and then I accidentally read that part, you know, so whatever, just FYI for the future. But anyway, I will do my best. So this person says, can you please check if my clairvoyance / aura is working yet? Well, right now you're in 7 through 3. So you're present in physical body chakras 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 right now. Okay, so that's not optimal. I mean, it's still okay. You could be able to see like the edges of your aura, you know, see if there's a rip and maybe feel it at the same time, and maybe see if your grounding is like your grounding right now. If you notice the back of your grounding, it's like kind of pulled in. So you could like work on, like, you see the back of your aura, and then it should go all the way down, like straight down, but it doesn't. It kind of goes, you know. So that, I would say, work on practical clairvoyance, you know, like, because people always want to see like, oh, let me see this image of, you know, the ideal career for me, or let's see, you know, my angels' faces, you know, or something. But what I would say is, okay, your clairvoyance is going to improve the more present you get. So in the meantime, work on, you know, the practical clairvoyance that you're going to need to get more present, right? So look at, you know, how your aura goes down, and then whoop, your grounding is not there, you know, and just keep expanding that grounding in the back, you know, and then just comb it through, and, you know, so work on practical stuff like that. And that way, you know, because I think too, I don't think you got the healing today, but like I said, I don't know your real world identity. But you can just imagine your 6th chakra, you know, like a round open cylinder, and then just do sticky gold wax just for your 6th chakra. 6th chakra, right? Round opening in the front, round opening in the back. So just make a copy out in front of you, cylinder, 2 round openings, and just sticky gold wax. Just put it all inside and all around, and it's just going to stick to everything that's healthy and gentle to remove, right? So you got all this metallic gold, sticky gold wax everywhere, and then just split the gold wax, not the chakra, down the middle, and then just go and give all the wax to your angels. Angels, here you go, right? And then just do that a couple times to get, because yeah, you do have some blockages right around the front of your 6th chakra. So, but like I said, also at the same time, work on the back of your grounding, because that's going to help you get more present, which is going to help you see better. So, hope that makes sense. Sticky gold wax around your 6th chakra, front and back, all around, and comb out the back of your grounding. Keep doing that. Also, a nice video that you could do, doesn't have to do with clairvoyance, but it has to do with getting more present, which will in turn help you with clairvoyance, is if you search Janet Wright, supersized chakras. Unfortunately, it's not like the first choice that you get in the results, but it's the only one that says supersized chakras that's from me in the results. So and that's good because it works on your lower 3 chakras and your legs. So with Gold Sandstorm, so it's going to help you to get more present, which you know you need in order for your clairvoyance to get better and better. So sticky gold wax for your 6th chakra. Comb out the back of your grounding a lot so it stays wide, and then that video is supersized chakras. Right. Hope that helps. Someone says, I wasn't getting this healing. Yes, but every single thing you said about reacting to a sister and calling names and not seeing from 6 was spot on for me. Well, and many others too. That's the problem. Sometimes people are like, you were mocking me in the session. I'm like, no, I was mocking everybody. You know, like there are some things that are pretty universal, you know. So yeah, but I'm glad it was very relevant for you. And yeah, calling names and not seeing from 6 was spot on for me today, and exactly what I needed to hear. Well, good. See, you're one of the people who can handle the truth. Yeah, I'm good at delivering kind of obnoxious levels of truth. That's my gift. Someone says, thank you. It is a zip at my back of aura, but I can't zip it because of something blocking it. Oh, my dear. You could make a Ziploc bag complicated. Yeah, there's no zip in the back of your aura. Just get rid of the whole ripped. It's like a big giant rip. But yeah, just have your angels help you. Just be like, angels, help me do this, and watch one of my aura repair videos and just keep working on it. There's no zip that you can't reach. Yada 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 yada. Just make a copy out in front of you and heal back there. It's like right back here. Just remind yourself, okay, I tend to make things complicated, and just breathe and wiggle your toes, be in your legs. Just keep reminding yourself, I tend to make things complicated. I can be, I can be present. I can do this. Talk yourself into some simplicity. Okay, someone says, thank you so much. You're welcome so much. Yeah, this is the same person. Okay, I already answered your question, so there you go. Okay. All right, good. So thank you so much, everybody. You guys are awesome. This was fun. It's so funny because I wanted to make an extra small video at the end of this healing, and I asked my angels like several times in the last couple of days. They're like, no, you need to rest after the Tuesday healing. So now I'm gonna rest. I'll have a big nap and a big meal and just hang out and chill out. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day too. And this was a fun triplet set. And if you have any more questions along these lines of all the stuff we covered, feel free to comment under the video. And yeah, so I'll see you for the next healing if you want on December 20th. And if you want to see the list of upcoming healings through March, they are on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. And the sessions menu, pay now page, that's where all the good info is. That's where the healings are listed, the dates are listed. So even if you're not paying, you're just, watching along and healing yourself, that's fine. You can see the schedule up on my website. And a week from today is when the February healings go up. The group healings for February go up on my payment page in the afternoon sometime. And I will email my news email list people so you know exactly when they go up. But otherwise, everyone else who doesn't feel like getting on my news email list can just check my website. They will sell out within a day, certainly. They sell out faster and faster each time, so I can't predict how fast they'll sell out, but they sell out. And a healing, either a healing package, either the triplet set of 3 healings or the healing masterclass on the 3rd Sunday. The standard rate is $50 US for the package or the one healing for the healing masterclass. But there are financial need rates if that is not affordable for you. Like say you're in Australia and the exchange rate is not very friendly to you, or whatever, you're a single mom or whatever, or you're underemployed or unemployed, there are lower rates that you can choose. As you pay, you'll see the lower rates if you hit the scroll down, and the rates go down gradually down to a low of $30 US. So those are options for you when you pay. Okay, so you guys are so awesome and I enjoyed working with you. Thank you so much.